Dog getting hot.
What's going on, good people? Happy Monday. It is what it is, Monday. It's November 28th.
8th, yep.
Tonight, finishing up week 12 in the NFL. Think it's gonna be a good one. It's gonna be a good one.
But, should be, man. Should be. Got our coach. We ain't been on Monday night in a while.
Yeah, I know, man. But as always, man, we're gonna tap in today's show, man. We're gonna talk about everything that happened yesterday in the NFL, Sunday football, and we obviously gonna touch on Thursday, Thanksgiving football. We haven't seen y'all since last Monday. It's been a minute. So we're gonna touch on Thursday football, Thanksgiving football, Sunday football, man. It's a lot to talk about. Haven't seen y'all in a week, man. Hopefully your Thanksgiving was great.
Yeah.
Hopefully, everybody's thankful for something, man. How was your Thanksgiving?
Thanksgiving was amazing, man. Just what I needed. Just what the family needed. Great time. Regardless if you celebrate that particular holiday or not. The holiday season, usually a lot of people get more time off from work, more time to spend with their family, being around the fam. And for me, it was a nice stretch being home. Longest stretch I really been home this season. Honestly, I've been kind of on the go, half the week here, half the week home. So it was good, man. Been around family. Obviously, great food. And we had a great slate of football, too. Had some good games, good teams playing. So it was all around great, all around a blessing. Plenty to be thankful for. What about you, bro?
Man, it was good, man. Like you said, happy Turkey Day, thankful day, whatever you call it, man. But again, sat around, watched ball, enjoyed the time with the family, man. Ate good. Wifey threw down in the kitchen. And it was good, man. Like you said, man, that's all I needed, man. The little ones around me, we running around, having a good time, man. So it was a great weekend.
Sound like you feeling better too, man. Last time you was on the mic, you was.
Hey, it was rough on your boy, man. But got in that good steam room, man, and some good lemon water. So I'm back right, man. So I'm happy to be back healthy.
That's what's up,
But look, man.
Hey, we don't talk about college football on here really, but it was a crazy college football weekend too. A lot of big upsets on that side. But obviously we're gonna get into what took place in the National Football League. But I just thought about how crazy college football was this weekend as well.
And Matt Rule, hey. He living right.
Bag man.
Hey, he living right.
Matt Rule doing something right, man. Took the head coaching job in Nebraska. I think Luke Fickell, he took the Wisconsin job. It's been rumors about Coach Prime being offered Colorado, I believe, or USF. Not sure who's going to take the Auburn job, but a lot of big job openings. Lane Kiffin went back to Ole Miss. He's going back to Ole Miss. A lot of big jobs opening. A lot of big money going around as well. But it's going to be interesting in the NFL. Look like it's going to be some jobs opening there too, per usual.
Yeah.
But we're going to get into it, man.
Yeah, man. So we catch y'all on the other side. Y'all stay tuned.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Back on the other side already. Man-to-man pod, I'm one half of it. Darius Butler. Got my co-host Antoine Bethea.
What it do?
Man, Let's get right into it, man. Which game you want to stop? I saw somebody mention it too. I got my quick stop merch on. Shout out to the best F1 podcast out there, my people across the pond, brother and sister from another mother. But had to rock they joint, just got it a couple days ago. I see my dog, AB, so you got some more merch that's new?
Nah, man, this is
Oh,
old.
that's a throwback.
That's a throwback, John.
That was the one out that came with the hoodie? I mean, that came with the book.
With the book, yeah.
Because I had a black one. But, you know, when you got four little brothers, everything grow legs. Everything grow legs. So somebody out there betting on themselves.
People washing the car with my hoodie, man.
You know, cutting the lawn, you don't know where it's at. Somebody else probably got it at the gym. I get my eyes on it at some point, man. But we got a lot of shit to get to, man. What you want to start out with?
Let's jump into these Turkey Day games, man. Starting off with the Bills at the Lions, man. Bills was able to pull this one out. It was a close one. Was able to win this 28-25, man. The Bills sitting at 8-3 right now. Lions at 4-7. What was the takeaways from this game? I think a lot of people thought Buffalo was going, you know, come into Detroit and run away with this game. But Lions, as they've been playing all year, they've been playing tough all year. They've been in a lot of these games, but just couldn't find a way to pull this one out, man. What was your thoughts on this? The Bills and the Lions.
Bills and the Lions. Before we even get into this, we got to jump into your records because I definitely used your cheat sheet on this one. Talk about your hot week.
Hey, man. November and December football, we talk about it all the time, man. That's when you got to be good, man. So I'm trying to get on this streak, man. This week, I was 12-3 against the money line. It was them bum-ass Ravens, them bum-ass Bucks, and the Seahawks, man.
12-3, that ain't bad.
And 9-6 against the spread, man. So I'll take this. I'll take this. You know, I gotta keep it going though. I gotta keep it going.
Yeah, that's impressive. I was 9-6 on the money line, and then 7-8 against the spread. And then Tone was 11-4, so he had an impressive week against the money line as well. And then 8-7 against the spread. Then we'll just show you all these real quick.
Yeah, baby. Back in that league, man. 108-69-1 against the money line. 86-85-7 against the spread.
And my money line record 106-71-1, and then against the spread 85-86-7. And then Tone 177-1 money line, 80-91-7 against the spread. But going back to this week, man, in this game, like I said, definitely looked over at AB homework on this one because I had the Bills. I thought this was going to be a Bills kind of show up game. Last couple weeks, you know, even with getting wins, it's kind of been close, kind of ugly. I thought this was going to be the game to put it all together and blow the doors off the Lions. Lions were coming in on a 3-game win streak. And honestly, they had this one right there. I felt like they could have won this one. A lot of people, you know, giving MCDC and the Lions some grief about the 3rd-and-1 call that they made late in the game when they took a shot, but the shot was there. It would have been a touchdown with probably, you know, 30-something seconds, 20-something seconds left on the clock for the Bills to answer. Goff misses the throw, and they end up losing the game. But it was some poor clock management at points in the game before the half, into the game, that they definitely could have did a better job of. But as far as the players and even the coaches, like what was taking place between the lines, very close football game that I felt like the Lions definitely had more than enough opportunities to win. But the Bills got it done. Josh Allen, he made an unbelievable throw to Diggs late in the game that got him in position for the go-ahead field goal. Ed Oliver had an unbelievable game on defense. So they just made that one more play really. And but I thought it was a good game to start the Thanksgiving slate off with. What was your takeaway? So as far as takeaways from both teams, Bills obviously still got all the pieces to be, you know, a contender. Potentially lost Von Miller for some extended amount of time, which is huge for them.
Right.
And then the Lions, man, just got to get out of their own way, but they've shown what they've shown kind of the last couple of years. They can compete with anybody, but they just got to figure out as a team from, the coaching staff down to the players how to just win on a consistent basis. But it was definitely there. But that was my takeaways from these two teams in that game this past Thursday. What about you?
The biggest thing for me, man, you can kind of tell where these teams are, right, on the tail of the tape. 3-game, a 3-point game, right? The Bills, they find a way to win. The Lions, again, fall short. So, again, man, that's just the tail of the tape of these two teams and where they're at right now. The great teams, they find ways to win.
Yep.
And the teams that's trying to get over that hump, they continues to lose these close games. But the lines are close. I will say that. They are close. They're fighting hard. Coach got them playing well. But again, like you say, and we used to sit in those meetings, and the coaches used to always say, game's going to come down to 5 plays. You go through the film and you look through it, it's going to come down to 5 plays. And, when at the end of the game, when it was a few seconds left and Josh Allen had to get in field goal range, man, it was out. I think it was 30 seconds left.
Yeah. Yep. Something like
that. That's way too much time to give Josh Allen that offense time to get into that field goal range. But again, man, it was like you said, a good start to the Turkey Day slate, man.
Definitely 23 seconds. Someone in here said, and I had a tweet too during this Sunday because listening to Romo, and I love Romo. I love him calling games. I like a lot of the guys. I love Greg Olsen. Romo, this game, dog. Everybody knows Josh Allen got the elbow injury, right? Every throw, every missed throw, every something. Oh, Josh Allen, this elbow, and he's doing this and he's doing that, bro. It got so annoying because I'm like, and I tweeted out like, "Hey, Romo, it's week 12. Every player out there dealing with, every player out there, whether it's on the injury report or not, everybody out there dealing with some types of nicks, bruises, ankles, knees, shoulders. You see Poirier out there with the J.J. Watt elbow, bro. Stop it, because we can from his first throw, I saw the velocity was there, right? So whatever injury he's dealing with it, and he's a great player, so he's gonna figure it out. And that was kind of part of the tweet, and a bunch of people jumped on it. Oh, you hating on Josh Allen, you this and that, but it's a UCL. I'm like, yeah, I get it, but literally, you see Aaron Rodgers, he's been playing through a broken thumb all season. Stafford came back too early from a concussion. Kyler playing through a hamstring. Like, that's just the quarterback. So I really had a problem with that. But Josh Allen, just like I said in the tweet, when it came time to a 40 on the rope to Diggs down the middle of the field and made the play to get it done. But as AB says all the time, no excuses, no explanations. On Sunday when we take that field, Thursday, Monday, whenever it is, whatever we're dealing with it, and we got to get it done for those 3 hours. And Josh Allen and the Bills did.
Yes, sir.
Well, shout out to those guys.
NFC East matchup. The Giants at the Dallas Cowboys. These next couple of weeks, 6 weeks, man. It's gonna be a close race in this NFC East division. Cowboys was able to get this one done, man. 28-20. 28-20. Any huge takeaways in this game?
Huge takeaways. Giants. Daniel Jones, this is the time of the season, late November, December, the book is out. All right, we're going to take away what teams do best. We're going to make them beat us another way. So obviously Daniel Jones and this receiver group going to have to continuously play better. But the Cowboys, they did when they needed to. Dak had some bad throws, but he tightened it up real quick. And Zeke showed up. The tight end room showed up.
Yeah.
A lot of people showed up on that Cowboy. Michael Parsons, man, I think it's his 6th game this season with him having multiple sacks. He lined up on one of the highest graded tackles in the league this year. Side all game, got 2 of them things, strip sack early. So he's an absolute monster, but no real significant takeaways. These 2 good football teams, both possibly still make the playoffs. But Cowboys, man, Cowboys are stacking some impressive wins at a time of the season where they need to. So I like what I see from their standpoint.
No doubt. Question, man. So it's been a lot of OBJ talk, right? So he's been cleared. Now, he's been said to travel to different teams, man. And the Giants and the Cowboys, a lot of people been talking that one of the two of these teams could be a potential landing spot for OBJ.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think OBJ at this time of the season could be a big impact for either one of these teams?
Yeah, Cowboys really. I don't see. I know Giants. That was his first home. They definitely need a receiver. I don't personally see OBJ going there. I see him going to a situation with a better quarterback. No knock on Daniel Jones, but
definitely not.
Huh?
Definitely a not.
I'm just saying he'll probably be between Cowboys. Who else? I think Rams are out of it at this point. Maybe in the Bucks. I think the Bucks, Miami, one of them teams, but I don't see him going to the Giants. But Cowboys have been the most outwardly spoken about wanting him on the team. Him having that star on the side of his helmet almost seems right for the NFL, but you have him, you got CD, you got Gallup. I just mentioned them tight ends, and then that backfield, that offense would be extremely potent. And then you got a good defense on the other side. So I think OBJ, if he goes to Dallas, he makes them a legit contender. I'm thinking he's going to come back fully healthy. So be close to what he was last year when we saw him in the Super Bowl. He makes the Cowboys a legit contender. I wouldn't say the same if he went to the Giants, but Cowboys for sure. What about you? Who you think? Ravens? I don't see it to the
Ravens. I mean, it's for me at this point of the we about to finish week 12.
Mm-hmm.
Exceptional talent. I just don't know how much of an impact. I know, OBJ, he can make plays. But again, can Dak do it during the playoff time?
That's the question. What?
So yeah, it would look good, like you say, OBJ with the star on his helmet. But again, as we always say, man, it's only one ball to go around, and at the end of the day, man, we got to be able to go when it's go time. And I'm kind of with you on the Giants. I don't think it would be a feel-good story, him going back to NY, linking back up with Saquon. But again, I think the Cowboys would probably be the best look. But shit, I still don't know if that would bump the Cowboys over the top.
I mean, you look at that NFC, you got those questions about kind of everybody. We talked about a few weeks ago. You got the questions about, can Jimmy G take him back to the Super Bowl? Bucks, are they a legit contender right now? Don't look like it. Vikings and Kirk Cousins, can he do it in the playoffs? Jalen Hurts, he's still young. Can he do it in the playoffs? So I think that you get a weapon like this, I think it puts him in a good spot. But like you said, you got to be ready to go. 2 major knee injuries, 30-year-old receiver. We shall see. I'm hoping for the best. It is week 13. Even if he comes and signs, let's say next week, you anticipate it's going to be at least a couple weeks before they get him in there. So you really just talking about a playoff run.
Hey, that's what I'm saying. And it could go good, but shit could go the other way as well.
That's a fact, man. This was another one that we got right. So we were 3-0 when it came to the spreads this Thursday, at least. But the Patriots fall to 6-5. They lose against the Vikings in Minnesota. Minnesota moved to 9-2. Justin Jefferson, he has another unbelievable game against Belichick, too, who typically is like, hey, matter of fact, this was another parlay of mine that got ruined. My Thanksgiving Day parlay. I had 5 touchdown scores. Dalvin Cook was my last one.
Mm.
I was gonna go with Justin Jefferson. I'm like, nah, Belichick ain't gonna let J. Jeff get into the end zone.
Man, D-Buck, man, you be thinking too much. You see how Justin Jefferson been playing this year?
Man, I know now. I think he scored the first quarter. I was already mad, but Justin Jefferson, Kirk Cousins, and Co. takes this team to 9-2 right now. You believers in these Vikings, man?
Yeah, man. Yeah, I know Dallas put a whooping on them, but not sitting 9-2 right now.
Dallas and Philly.
Hey, again, those are two teams that they probably gonna have to see in the big show, in the All-Star. But I'm a believer. On the offensive side of the ball, you got Kirk Cousins. You got Justin Jefferson, as we talked about. You got Dalvin Cook.
Mm-hmm.
And then on the defensive side, you got playmakers on all three levels, man. So, again, what they've been able to show up to this point of the season, man, I'm a believer in the Minnesota Vikings. Now, how far can they go? That's yet to be seen, but I'm a believer.
Yeah, they got weapons all around their offense. Defensively, just gotta keep them in front, continue making plays, timely plays. But it's a big win against Patriots. Patriots are still a good football team. Big win at this point in the season. Broncos fall to 3-8, put up a measly 10 points against the Panthers. Panthers moved to 4-8. Steve Wilkes still got those guys rolling. Sam Darnold got in there and got the dub over the Broncos. Saw a little spat on the sideline with D lineman from the Broncos. And
Mike Purcell. Mike Purcell, former teammate of mine.
Okay,
man.
Mike Purcell. Okay, so maybe you can give us a little more insight on him as a teammate, as a player, as a person, I guess. But you kind of saw what it is. Someone asked us a few weeks back, hey man, you ever get into those moments where you're looking at the offense, looking at defense? That shit happens, man. You're coming off that field. Hey, 3. Hey, get this shit going, 3.
Yeah.
Again,
we don't know what was said, but we can just go off of mannerisms and what we seen. But Mike Purcell, like I said, former teammate of mine when I was in San Fran, he was a young cat when I was there, but very, very, it's something that I would have seen. Obviously, people grow as players.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, you get more years under your belt, but typically something that you want to see out of Mike. So it had to be rubbing him the wrong way, man. But it is what it is Mondays, man. The Broncos are trash, man.
Cooked.
The Broncos are trash. And I don't know what it is with 3, man. And I said it in our text. When I said it in our text and our group text yesterday, I'm like, shit, that time don't wait for nobody, man. And it could drop on you in a snap of a finger, but he just doesn't. 3, he doesn't look like himself. I don't know if it's mentally, listening to what people saying or reading the clippings or whatever the case may be. But that shit don't look good at all.
Yeah, it don't look good at all, man. And obviously, his resume is already, impressive before he moved on and signed with the Broncos. But at this point, football is about, what have you done for me lately? And you look at the film, you turn it on, and it don't look good. And failed to put. It had a stat that said going into this last game, if they just scored 18 points in each game of regulation, they would have been a 9-1 football team. And then you come out and put another 10 points up against the Panthers. And it's not like, Panthers got a good defense, but 10 points, dog. So, yeah, it's a lot of frustrations, especially when it ain't like, all right, what we going to do with the quarterback position next year? Like, you fully invested, you locked in with 3. So, hey, he got to figure it out. And hopefully he will. We always rooting for guys on here. But something got to shake, something got to change over there.
Hold on, but before we go to the next game, the Panthers, they 1 game behind
in the NFC South.
In the NFC South, so you got to think about the Bucks are leading right now. They lost yesterday with 5 wins. So
Stank.
that shit is stank. Hey, shout out
Stank.
to Steve Wilkes, like
Can we
you
get those
said.
divisions again, Tom?
Shout out to Steve Wilkes, like you said, man. You got them boys coming out playing tough and playing hard. So
with the ultimate quarterback carousel. PJ Walker started, Baker Mayfield has started, Sam Darnold just came out, started, got a win. He traded away C-Mac, traded away Robbie Anderson, and you still coming out balling. DJ Moore, shout out to DJ Moore too. He had a big game against, really good, really young corner, Patrick Surtain. So shout out to those guys. Commanders, watch the Commanders rolling. They're at 7-5 now. Crazy. Falcons 5-7, but 7-5 Commanders. I want to say every team in the NFC East is 2 games over 500.
Yeah.
I believe, which is crazy. But Taylor Heineke obviously out there getting another dub. Brian Robinson, the rookie, we know what he went through in the preseason. He got a nice touchdown. Shout out to the Commanders, man. Ron Rivera and these Washington Commanders. Nobody expect, especially even with everything else that's going on off the field. And shit, they actually they dropped the ball again with the Sean Taylor tribute, man.
Oh, man.
My goodness. Well, before we even speak on that, what your thoughts on this game?
Man, Commanders, I had the Commanders winning this one, man. They're playing really good ball.
Stupid.
Playing complimentary ball. I would say that. The offense, even though Heineke, he threw 2 picks yesterday, but the defense is playing well. Flying around in offense, like you said, run game is intact. And you got some weapons out on the outside, man. So Commanders, man, is sneaking up on some folks, man. So you definitely got to keep a lookout on the Commanders, see what they can do these last couple weeks in the season, man.
Yeah, they're gonna come. They're gonna bring their hard hat week in, week out. And that tribute, man, like watch the football team. Like, y'all, come on, man. Y'all gotta do much better than that. You unveiling the trophy, which you should be celebrating Sean Taylor's legacies 15 years later. Not a trophy, a statue.
Statue, yeah.
And you unveil a mannequin that's not even a mannequin. You got the jersey, you got the Reebok pants, you got the Adidas shoes, face mask. You ain't put tape on the face, like. Everything they just need to completely redo it and have a real bronze statue, a real something that his family, his friends can come and look at. But that was embarrassing.
That was trash
on the Commander. I couldn't believe that, because we know, and everybody knows at this point, like how many people got to sign off on certain things, and something as significant as this. The amount of people that had to sign off and see it like that's man.
So yeah, again, to your point, man, it just looks like it was something that was thrown together. It wasn't well thought out. It wasn't planned out. And again, when you're celebrating a legend like that, like Sean Taylor, man, he was a very influential. Even in his short time in the league, very influential at playing that safety position. But playing the game. So, when you honoring somebody to his stature and for it to look like that shit was trash for sure. For sure. So hopefully they can come back and re-up and make it look better, man. But that was bad.
I couldn't believe that, man. 7-4, your Bengals.
Hey.
They got a big win against the Titans, man.
Hey. We had some guys out, some of our key players out. But shit, man, no excuses, no explanations, man. We go out here, man, we get it done with Cool Joe, man. Sitting at 7-4, try to count us out early in the year. Shit looked bad. Wiped our hands with it, and we playing good ball at the right time, man. 7-4 Bengals, man. Got the Titans up out of there. I know you kind of sick because you had some on your parlay. It didn't go well. You can speak on that,
man. But yeah, I actually picked the Titans in this game. I thought the Titans would get a win. Once Jamar Chase was ruled out, I thought Jamar Chase was going to play this one going into it. But yeah, we covered the league, baby. You know what I'm saying? But speaking on my bet, so I had my same game. This is the first Sunday same game parlay plus that I had going into these. I picked 2 games, the Tampa-Cleveland game and then the Bengals-Tennessee games. I felt like I had a good beat on these games. Amari Cooper, 50 yards. Yeah, he going to get that against the Bucs. He got it. Tom Brady, 225. He going to get that. He got it. Burrow, 250. Check that off. Nick Chubb. It took him a while. It took him to overtime, matter of fact. Walk-off touchdown. He got that. Derrick Henry. Let me show you what Derrick Henry did to my parlay. I'll be damn.
Oh, he moving though.
Oh, I got it. We in there. We in. Oh no. Oh no.
Good.
Oh, I mean, hell of a play.
Hell of
a play by the DB. 2-9. Hell of a punch out, but
sick.
Man, that was the one leg that got me. But that I guess that's gambling, baby. It's been tough though. That was a tough bad beat for your boy. But shout out to your Bengals, figured it out. 7-4, getting there. They were out Jamar Chase and Joe Mixon, so that was why. All right, Burrow gonna have to throw this ball around. But yeah, found a way to get it done. Zach Taylor, Joe Burrow,
good team.
Those Cincinnati Bengals. So shout out to them.
Good team, good offense, good quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, Mike White. Ooh,
Mike White. Got the boy balling. The legend of Mike White grows.
Hey, Jets 7-4. Put a whooping on the Chicago Bears, 31-10. The Bears fall to 3-9. The Jets may have found their new quarterback. Mike White came out there balling, man. Just looked like a total different team. As we know, the Jets defense has been balling all year. It's kind of been one sore spot on that team, and it was Zach Wilson at that quarterback position, very up and down. But Mike White come in and got the Jets playing good. If you're the coach,
not even a question, not even a debate.
Exactly.
And everybody, this is everybody. If you're a coach, this is how you really, I guess, win a locker room over, especially a young locker room like they are. It don't matter where you're drafted at, what you got paid. The best 11 gonna get out there and play. The players that give our team the best chance to win. And obviously, at that quarterback position, it's much more than just playing football. Obviously, that's a huge part of it. Throwing the ball, getting the ball where it needs to be, getting into the right plays. But then, how the guys feel about you off the field, how the locker room feel about you. And obviously the guys, based off interactions, based off interviews and things that we've seen, because we're not in that locker room, I would say, okay, they feel differently about Mike White than they do Zach Wilson right now. Zach Wilson is young. Maybe this will do great wonders for him going down in the future.
Yeah.
He is a second overall pick, so he will have another opportunity to start in this league, and hopefully he's ready for it. But Mike White, man, this is another time where he's come in and he's been ready for the call. We always had a conversation about starters, backups, but it all comes down to being ready for your opportunity. And he was this week against the Bears. They look good. Garrett Wilson he's been looking good all year, honestly, but he looked damn good, man. And obviously we know what they have on the defensive side of things. So sitting at 7-4, so they right in the thick of it with everybody else. They feel like they can line up and beat any team any Sunday, and it's hard to not agree with them at this point. But big win over the Bears. Now, it was the Bears that had their backup quarterbacks in there as well, but big win, 21-point win by the New York Jets.
Yeah, man. Like you said, man, be ready for your opportunity and take full advantage of it. And that's what he did yesterday, man. So we definitely gonna see. Obviously that was one game. You gotta piggyback on that and see how he continues to play. But hey, hell of a game, man. And the Jets defense, man, they still balling. I got Cali J, CJ Mosley, man. He has been balling, man. He's been all over the field. Got him a pick yesterday. So shout out CJ Mosley.
Quentin Williams, Sauce, DJ Reed, Whitehead came over, been a great signing for him.
Yeah.
A lot of dogs on that defensive side of the ball. And yes, Mike White is a South Florida guy. Y'all saw the fade. Y'all already know the vibes, man. So he gonna be ready to jump in there and do his thing, man. Shout out to the Jets though. Big day, big win for that squad, man. Bucks at 5-6 or 5-7. 5 and something, still on top of the NFC South. We need
They are one game. I think it's a one-game lead that they have right now in the NFC South, man. Overtime loss to the Cleveland Browns yesterday, man. Cleveland Browns 4-7. Again, Bucks 5-6. Nick Chubb with that walk-off touchdown, man. In overtime. This was a good game, man. This was a good game. Bucks not looking like the Bucks of usual. They looking like the Bucks this year. But hey, good game, man. Jacoby Brissett had a solid game.
Yep.
You talked about Amari Cooper, man, out there. He was doing his thing. Tight end Njoku had a hell of a one-handed catch in the end zone. So, man, Browns, man, they was able to pull this one out.
Yeah, they made enough plays, man. A big win for them. And now Jacoby Brissett is going to, turn the reins over to Deshaun Watson. Deshaun Watson will be back for the matchup next week against the Houston Texans. But Brissett plays some good ball. Could have been better at times, obviously, but I think he played some really good ball this year. Obviously, him as a quarterback wants to be sitting at a better record than they have right now. And obviously, as a team, but it's going to be interesting to see how they finish the season with Watson taking over. And the Bucs sitting at 5-6, 5-7, whatever the record is, and still everything in your control. Your destiny's in your control. You go out and win games. You right in the playoffs. Tom Brady in the playoffs. You bet against that. Who knows? But Mike Evans, Julio, Chris Godwin. You got White coming along in the backfield, but they couldn't get it done in this game, unfortunately. I thought they was going to win and cover in this one.
Man.
But you had the Browns obviously winning and covering this one, huh?
Nah, I had the Bucks.
Okay.
The Bucks. This was one of my 3 losses
this is
yesterday. Yeah. So, shit. It was a rough one for me, man.
Sorry about it. Woo! This was an ugly loss for the Ravens, man. They came in 7-3. They dropped to 7-4. And losing. The Jags always play them tough. But lost 27-28 against the Jacksonville Jaguars. Jags go for the 2-point conversion. Go for the win, which I loved. I think it was the right decision to make at the right time, the flow of the game. They were making plays. And this is a team where, you feel like the Ravens were the better team coming in. So you got an opportunity to beat them. You take advantage of that. And the Jaguars did. Trevor Lawrence stepped up, made big plays. Ingram had a big play late. Ravens struggling in the pass game. Run game couldn't really get going like that either, man. Defense blew this lead late, man. What's your thoughts on the Ravens, man? Lamar Jackson situation. Obviously, that's hanging over that organization, but what's going on there, man?
They got to figure it more. They got to figure it out, man. They got to. I know we talk about bringing pieces in alongside Lamar Jackson. I just feel like the way that the style of what he plays, it's successful now. But I just think in the long haul, man, you got to do some different things. You know what I'm saying? DJ came in, still rolling, had a big play, had a huge play. But some of the other guys outside of Lamar Jackson, man, got to step up and play big. You got Mark Andrews, but I still not 100% comfortable if you're not Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce, where your tight end is your number one option. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
So again, man, like you said, defense blew a lead late, man. So the Baltimore Ravens sitting at 7-4, but the way they've been playing, like really up and down, man, they got to start playing some consistent ball going to December football.
Consistency in the pass game. Obviously, their run game, coming into this game, they second in the league with 10-plus runs. second in the league in rushing yards, all those great stats. And they were winning games. You know, it ain't like they're a losing team. They were 7-3 coming into this game, but got to be more consistent on the offense side of. Got to be more consistent in the pass game, and that's a lot of things. That's play calling. That's players that are on the field, and that's the quarterback. You know, Lamar Jackson, I think, has to play better. Defense got to play better with leads, and those are obviously big issues. But you are sitting at 7-4 too, tied at the top of that division going into December. So everything once again is right in front of you. It's all in that locker room. You got to figure it out, but. Guys got to play better, man, for sure.
No
for
doubt.
sure. And his own eight got to be Superman. He got to put the cape on. Yeah. Unfortunately.
What does it look like for Lamar Jackson after the season? Do you think it depends on how far they go in the playoffs? Like, what do you think is indicative on right now?
If I'm being real, I think. And I didn't think Lamar should have played this year without a new contract, you know, and obviously he did. He did the good guy role, but I don't think he's helped his case necessarily for that 230+ guarantee, which we all would agree that he deserves, but we know how it is in this market. They have the ability to franchise him a couple times. So unless, you know, things shift, because it last probably month, 5 weeks, his passing game has been shitty. So I think if we're looking at a franchise tag going into this offseason. Now, if they're going to run, make a Super Bowl appearance, win a Super Bowl, obviously all that changes. But outside of those things happening, going to a Super Bowl, winning a Super Bowl, I think we're looking at, unfortunately, we're looking at Lamar getting franchised because, you know, you look at it from the business standpoint from the Ravens, that would make sense, and we can do that 2 times. So that's what I see, unfortunately. What about you?
Again, I think these last couple of weeks and obviously playoff run will speak volume. But again, you know, on the business side, if I'm the Ravens, what would I do? I definitely would probably, you know, franchise them this year. But also, like, you gotta look out there, and we talk about this all the time. Like when we talk about quarterbacks, right? Like you're not just gonna find a quarterback in the draft or off the street that can do what Lamar Jackson does.
Facts.
Now you look at your quarterbacks in the league, and we know it's levels. You know, you got different tiers, and obviously, you know, for different people, Lamar Jackson can fall tier 2, tier whatever. So again, on the business side, it's like, okay, if we don't pay him long term, what are we hoping that we get at the quarterback position?
Yeah, you gotta hope. Take a crapshoot in the draft again, obviously.
You know what I'm saying?
And if you look at quarterbacks, all right, how many quarterbacks do you feel comfortable with going forward for the next, 4 or 5 years?
Exactly.
You know, so that eliminates Brady, Rodgers, those guys, those older guys, Stafford, those older group of guys. You know, you looking at Burrow, Herbert.
They're not going nowhere.
Yeah, you know, they're gonna be locked in. Josh Allen, obviously, Mahomes, like all these guys are gonna be locked in the top tier contract. So, but once again, they have the right. They have his rights. So it's gonna be tough for him to get that money unless he just go full, asshole mode. Like, I ain't showing up his shit. I ain't doing this. I ain't doing that. So, but he's shown up until this point that that's not his personality. Business is business. If I were advising him, I would advise him not even to show up this preseason. But we shall see.
We shall
see. What game we got next? Texans, Dolphins. This game wasn't this close. 30-15. Texans fall to 1-9-1. They don't look good, top to bottom. Dolphins, they look great. They were up 30-zip. Took 2 out. And then this game got closer in the fourth quarter. But Dolphins are rolling. And it shows like how important obviously Tua is to this team because when he came out, it was a completely different offense, completely different team. But I like at this point in the season, this type of matchup, you watch the first half of this game, that's how it's supposed to look, you know, and it's easy to take that for granted. But when you line up against a team that you're supposed to beat the shit out of, you beat the shit out of them and going into December, and that's what the Dolphins did, and they moved to 8-3. Any takeaways from this one?
None at all. Texans are horrible. Dolphins did what they were supposed to do. Like, clean cut. Like, Texans, man, I don't know what they got to do to try to turn this.
They benched their quarterback too.
Say it again.
They benched their quarterback too. Bench David Mills.
Yeah, but that's just bad over there in H-Town. To your point, Dolphins, man, go out there and do what you're supposed to do, man. Beat the bad teams, get your quarterback out of there, and get ready for your next matchup.
Shout out to my guys. Then LA, man, went on the road. Got a 1-point win. This was the other team who went for 2 late in the game. Dropped their nuts and said, we're going for the dub, man. But Justin Herbie out there, he put on the show.
Joe Burrow on your mind.
You know what I mean? Social media quarterback.
On your mind, D-Butt.
Went out there and did his thing, man, per usual. Got the 1-point win against Kyler Murray and the Arizona Cardinals. Kyler Murray had some interesting comments after the game, talking about, the scheme just being fucked. Obviously, something brewing there with him and Kingsbury. I haven't really watched the Hard Knocks behind the scenes and, in season, but I'm sure it's something there. But Cardinals fall to 4-8, man. They had all the weapons back, had Hollywood Brown back in the lineup, Hopkins, Robbie Anderson, obviously more, Connor, couldn't get it done. You think Cliff survives this season? I'm not even sure Cliff want to survive the season, to keep it honest, to keep it real with you.
Does he survive this season? He may, but it's definitely going to be some changes.
Just got read up, too.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be some changes, I think. You look at the talent that they have, man, it's not adding up. It's not adding up. And if it's not adding up, we talk about all the time as far as a head coach, what your job is, man. You got to have your guys ready to play each and every Sunday, Thursday, whatever it is. And the Cardinals aren't doing that. Very up and down. So I truly believe that some changes will be made as far as the head coach. Now, he may finish the year out, but next year I don't think he'll be on the sideline. That's me personally.
Yeah, I watched one episode, maybe a third episode of Hard Knocks, and just I don't know. I don't like calling people jobs, but just how the leadership, you got to be able to galvanize a locker, especially when you 4-8. That's a much tougher locker room to have on board and going forward. Obviously, everybody's professional. Everybody wants to win, all these different things. But an 8-4 locker room compared to a 4-8 locker room, two completely different locker rooms. But you got to be that same type of guy, that same type of leader in both. And I don't really see it with Cuz. I'm gonna be real with you.
And people can say it's everybody's fault. It's this, that, and the third. Yeah, it shit sounds good. But at the end of the day, when the owner and the GM sits down, the coach has to answer to that. Everybody has to be held accountable. But at the end of the day, it's that head coach. And then, like you said, you just paid the quarterback, that bag.
Just paid Cliff too, that bag too. Cliff got paid before.
Who you gonna walk away first? You gonna walk away.
Coach got it, yeah.
Exactly. So again, I don't want to see anybody lose a job, but the business is the business, as we always say.
And he already in a situation where after games he's sitting down with the owner, going over all the plays and shit. Him and Vance Joseph. But it's gonna be interesting to see how that one shake out. But the Cardinals, they fall to in a disappointing 4-8. Chargers move up to 6-5, so they still in it. In the AFC side, Raiders with a walk-off win. Josh Jacobs had a day. Phil Yates tweet from yesterday. Josh Jacobs today, 33 rushes, 229 rushing yards, 2 rushing TDs, 6 catches for 74 yards, 303 yards of total offense. I believe that's the most in Raiders history. And they've obviously had some very good running backs in that franchise. Walk-off overtime touchdown run, 48.3 fantasy points. So I'm sure he won a lot of games for the fantasy folks out there, man. But shout out to Jacobs, man. Another guy that is betting on himself this season. They declined his fifth-year option. He was getting a lot of burn in the preseason. A lot of people had a lot of things to say, like, hey, he may be on the block. They may move on from him. It's going to be a nice market for him if he does hit it, man. So shout out to him. But the Raiders move to 4-7, beat the Seahawks, who fall to 6-5 now. Now in second place in that NFC West behind the 49ers, man. Any takeaways from either one of these teams?
Man, Seahawks. We talked about, Miami doing what they did to the Houston Texans. I feel as though the Seahawks was the better team here. And, hey, you got to win these games.
At home, too.
Especially, like you said, at home, especially with the 49ers playing how they're playing right now. They're getting hot at the right time. So you can't lose a game that you're supposed to win.
Yeah.
But again, to your point, Josh Jacobs, man, dog. And for him to sit here to think about in August how he was playing in that third preseason game and that Hall of Fame game, as they mentioned in the comments, is crazy. But as always, like you say, he's betting on himself, having a hell of a year.
Hell of a year.
Continuing to do what he's been doing this year, man. He's gonna have a nice little paycheck this offseason, man. But again, Seahawks, man, they gotta keep it going, man. Because these 49ers, man, looking damn good.
They creeping. Rap Sheet just tweeted the Bengals won 3 in a row. And reinforcements on the way. Says the plan is for star wide receiver Jamar Chase hip to return this week. He was close to returning last week, but he's expected to go this week in a big matchup against the Kansas City Chiefs. So that's good news for one of your squads out there in
that Kansas City Cincinnati boy. That's gonna be one of them.
That's gonna be a good one. Kansas City, I think they're favored by 3.5 or 3, not sure, but definitely gonna be a good game. A good game to keep an eye on. San Fran. Shout out to them boys, man. They moved to 7-4. You just mentioned them rolling. They moved to 7-4. Beat the Saints. Shut out the Saints, which is very, very hard to do in the National Football League. Anytime you get a chance to put a goose egg on one of them teams, that's a big deal. They beat the Saints 13-0. Saints fall to 4-8. 4 games in a row. DeMeco Ryans' defense have pitched shutouts in the second half. 4 games in a row to go into the second half. Offense scores 0 points. That's unreal in this league, man. Any takeaways from this 49ers team, the Saints team?
Yeah, man. Like I just said, man, 49ers team, man, they're rolling. You look at the defense, man, like when you turn on that film, that's a very cohesive unit.
Yep.
On all 3 levels, man. From the D line, the linebackers, the secondary, the way they play, the way they run to the ball. They have playmakers, man. And again, you just put that stat up. The way that defense is playing, like that's scary going down the stretch for their opposing teams, man. Like that is scary because you think about it, like you start to get cocky, right? And cocky in a good way, where like you believe it in yourself, you get confident. Like, look, like nobody can score on us, and and that's what you want as a defensive coordinator. You're confident, calling in the plays, and then whatever play that's called in over the headset, defense is like, look, all right, we ready, and then you go on the offensive side, Jimmy G winning football games. You got C-Mac, you got Debo. You got a lot of weapons, man. So they are a scary team right now. They're a scary team right now.
Yeah, you talked about the defense being cocky shit. That goes through the offense as well. Shit, because now the offense, that play caller, the offensive players feel like, all right, we can fuck up. We can make a mistake. We can take a chance. We can go for it on this 4. We can go for 2. We can do all these things because we know we draw that defense back out there. they're going to do their thing, especially in the second half once they because the second half is usually everybody comes in with a game plan, and then that second half is usually some type of adjustments made. All right, they're doing this on third down. All right, let's change up the empty check. Okay, in the red area, we're going to do this. We get some these are the games that's working up front. So obviously that shows D'Amico Ryans and that team are doing a great job adjusting and figuring teams out to be able to pitch these shutouts in the second half. Obviously got super talented players.
Yeah.
Nick Bosa, another guy in that front who could be in the defensive player of the year conversation with how he's been playing. Fred Warner's, he's been Fred Warner pretty much since he's been in the league. But they're a very impressive unit. And you spoke on Jimmy G. I don't know if I can find it right now, but I think I remember off the top of my head. First 59 starts, 40-19.
Yeah.
Which was Steve Young.
Yeah.
And then Joe Montana had a few less wins than them. But you call it what you want. Obviously, it's a team game. Winning is not a quarterback stat. But when Jimmy G's out there, you look at Shanahan's record with 10 out there and with 10 not out there. It's much different. I think he stepped his level of play up a ton this year. Another guy betting on himself. They had turned the page on him completely. Draft, went got Trey Lance. He's the starter. You had your surgery. Do your thing. Go practice on the other field. Trey Lance goes down. Hey, Jimmy, we was just playing. We need you again, cuz. And he come out and do his thing. So shout out to Jimmy being ready, betting on himself. And he, once again, he stays healthy. He should have a nice payday on the other side of this too. And ain't no team friendly.
No team friendly deals. No team friendly deals. Bum ass Rams against the Kansas City Chiefs, man. Kansas City Chiefs 26-10. Rams, man, they all beat up. Injuries all over the place.
Cooper Kupp out, Stafford.
Allen Robinson out for the season. So again, no excuse, no explanation. Nobody cares about that. You suit up, you line up. They got punished. Right. Hey, Patrick Mahomes, 26 in November and December. And we continuously say that November and December football is where it counts. You know what I mean? So, I seen somebody in the chat was talking about, Lamar Jackson and, the tiers of quarterback that I was talking about. Like, and Patrick Mahomes, man, he
Mahomes on his own tier right now.
He different.
I've been guilty of putting other guys right in that category, right next to him. Oh, I take Herbert. Hey, Joe Burrow just beat him. Josh Allen, oh my gosh, if another coin. Damn all that.
Yeah.
It's Mahomes and everybody else right now. Like that's just what it is with it's him. Let's say start with him as a player and then obviously the surrounding weapons. But regardless of who's out there, obviously, as long as 87 out there and you got Andy and Eric dialing shit up,
you're going to eat.
15 going to figure. I don't care if he jog out there with 27 seconds left. You down 8. Everybody in that stadium, everybody on that sideline feels like, hey, it's no panic at all. 15 with his tongue out the side of his mouth. Go figure it out. Pause. But he's impressive, man. The things that he does on script, off script. And then 87, we had a conversation about Kelsey last week, a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, last Monday.
Yeah, once he broke the tie with Gronk for 100-yard games, and he's in the end zone every week. I was watching one of the pregame shows with Rex Ryan. He was like, "Hey, if I'm Raheem Morris, I'm putting Jalen Ramsey on Travis Kelce, and then the rest of the guys got to figure it out." But that's the matchup we got to go with because that's our best guy.
Jalen Ramsey in a damn ringer yesterday.
And man, he had his ass in that NutriBullet, making quick work of. But it don't matter who you put on. I saw him beating corners, safeties, linebackers, reroute. He's inevitable at this point. So when you can do that week in and week out, knowing that as soon as you come into game plan week, those are the first two guys you're talking about. You circling. Where's Waldo? And still been able to do that. That's unbelievable. But Chiefs at 9-2, they look like they're going to be right back in it at the end of things. And then the Rams. They looking like we talk about a Super Bowl hangover. You talked about the injuries, but 3-8 right now. It's ugly out there in LA.
Hey, just a quick story. I was in Arizona. This is year Steve Wilkes. This is year 13 for your boy. We going out to Kansas City. They say, AB, you got Travis Kelce today. Bruh, you talking about, and this is why it's so tough. It's like when the plays are drawn up for 87, right? So you can get shallow crosses. So as a defender, you got to run through linebackers. You got to run through all of that. You got delay routes where he can obviously pick his poison depending off your leverage. If you're playing inside, I'm gonna break out. If I'm playing outside, you're gonna break in. So a lot of times as a defender, you're damn if you do, you damn if you don't. And then when you have that relationship with the quarterback where y'all on the same page, it's just tough. You know what I mean? So regardless, a lot of times you gotta really put 4 eyes on 87 every play. And then what does that do? Now you playing left-handed because now you playing with really 7-8 defenders, really. Because you dialed in on 87, man. So that game in Kansas City, man, it was a tough battle. But then that's when I was like, I grew to get a lot more respect for Travis Kelce. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, well, damn, like it's
because it ain't like, I mean, obviously he's athletic, but it's not like he, is like supreme, like a Kyle Pitts or even Gronk. He looked like a damn man-child out there, but like it's just how, like, as a football player, like like you mentioned, he knows how to get open, knows how to read coverage. He's gonna make tough contested catches, and then after he catches the ball, them little moves, the little wiggle, the stiff, whatever it is, he gonna get the yak. He gonna get yard. And what's crazy, he always ready to pitch it too. But he out there playing, man. They having fun. That shit is scary, man. Obviously in the playoffs, you would think, running game and get some other weapons that can step up and be consistent outside of them. And please, Kansas City, get Sky Moore from returning punts. Like the experiment is over. Like, don't let that be the reason you lose an important game because Sky Moore muffs another punt. Good young receiver, but get his ass from back there. If I'm on that team, we going to that. Hey, I don't care if the person you put back there just fair catch every time. Get him from back there. Please get 15 the ball as much as we can. But the Chiefs are wagging per usual, and I got to throw this up one more time. Like, this is unbelievable. 26-0 in their last 26 games in November and December. So that's unbelievable.
Man, Cheese, Ravens fan, man. Lamar, a good quarterback, man. But hey, man, a little different, my guy.
Nah, hey, most wins. He's a winner as well. But
for sure,
different, 1-5 different beast, man. Sunday Night Football wrapped up the Sunday games. Eagles moved to 10-1 on the season. Had a couple shaky weeks back to back. 1 loss, 1 win. But they beat the Packers, who fell to 4-8. They lost Aaron Rodgers during this game with an oblique injury. Came in with a broken thumb. Left with an oblique rib injury. Jordan Love came in. Jordan Love looked good too. Jordan Love looked good. It looked good. He looked good. I would definitely say that to get thrown into the mix at that point against this type of defense. He made some plays. Christian Watson got back in the end zone again. But Eagles was just too much, especially on the ground. Woo! 363 yards. Jalen Hurts had 100 of those in the first quarter. He finished with 157. Miles Sanders had 143. Gainwell had 39. Boston Scott had 24. We talked about this on our pod a couple weeks ago. It ain't nothing more demoralizing than the team just handing that ball over and over again and running it down your throat. At this point in the season, you got a defense, you got a run game, and still got a quarterback that can make all the plays. Scary, scary team. Philly at 10-1 right now.
Yeah. Man, somebody put up I was looking this morning on Twitter. They have their 6 remaining games. They have a possibility to win all 6. Obviously, they're playing well. Like you said, if you can put up 300 rushing yards in a game, that's definitely something to have in your back pocket. Eagles, man.
I
Eagles
want that in my front pocket.
Yeah, that too. But the Eagles, man, they were playing some good ball. Packers, man, they, like you say, Jordan Love came in, played well. Not sure. I think what they said was an oblique injury for A-Rod. The young boy Christian Watson, man, he's still, fine-tuning. He's finding his groove within that offense, man. But
6 tugs, 3 weeks.
Yeah, man. But again, the Eagles, man, 10-1, playing some good ball.
10-1. And speaking on what you just spoke on as far as their remaining schedule, week 13 got the Tennessee Titans. Week 14 at the New York Giants. Week 15 at the Chicago Bears. Week 16 at the Dallas Cowboys. Week 17, the Saints at home. And then week 18, the Giants at home. So Giants, Saints, Cowboys, Bears, Giants, Tennessee. So Giants twice, Tennessee, Bears, Cowboys, Saints. Like to your point, very
winnable game.
So you're a 10-1 football team, all of them winnable, but very winnable games, man. But that run game, woo,
yeah,
very scary. Before we get to this Monday night, quick look, just mention kind of these NFC East, but every team at least 2 games over 500. Nobody expected that. Tweet from PFF: the entire NFC East will be in the playoffs if the season ended today. Eagles,
crazy.
10-1. Cowboys 8-3. Giants 7-4. Commanders 7-5. And then week 10, I'll take NFC. Week 10, right? Week, whatever it is. We're going to week 13 after tonight. These are how the divisions are stacked up right now. Eagles 10-1. Cowboys, Giants, Commanders. We just went over their records. And then in the West, Niners at the top, 7-4. Seahawks 6-5. Cardinals 4-8. Rams 3-8. Vikings at the top of the NFC North at 9-2. Lions 4-7. Packers 4-8. Bears 3-9. And then we got the NFC South. Bucks sitting at 5-6. Falcons at 5-7. Panthers 4-8. Saints 4-8.
In the AFC, man, we're gonna start off with the East. The Dolphins, Bills 8-3, the Jets 7-4, and the Patriots 6-5. AFC West, the Chiefs sitting at 9-2, the Chargers 6-5, Raiders 4-7, the Broncos 3-8. The AFC North got the Ravens and the Bengals sitting at 7-4, the Browns at 4-7, and Steelers at 3-7. And at the AFC South, Titans 7-4, the Colts 4-6-1, the Jags 4-7, and the Texans is a stank 1-9-1. Win percentage of 0.136.
Let me put my resume together, man.
Oh, man.
Put my resume together. Houston was ahead of the curve. They wanted to interview Josh McCown a couple of years ago, so I'll go ahead and send my paperwork in. Send them a link to my LinkedIn page.
Monday
tonight,
night football. Tonight, our Colts 4-6-1. Steelers coming to town at 3-7. Our Colts are favored by 2.5 points, man. D-Butt, what does our Colts need to do to win this game?
Same things every week. Run the ball. Keep TJ Watt away from Matt Ryan, because that combination, I'm gonna let you know right now, is going to end up with the fumble and probably a scoop and score or something crazy. But we got to keep 90. Keep him away from the quarterback. He's unbelievable. When he plays, this team, the Steelers team, plays much better. Pickett had his best week last week. They 3-7.
Stank.
Let me double check that. Yeah. Woo.
Stank.
Steelers at 3-7. So we got to run the ball. We're gonna be at home, favored by 2.5. get the ball to JT, get the other guys. We've been kind of hit with the flu. A few players have been knocked down with the flu, so I'm not sure who's going to miss tonight. But yeah, that's what we need to do, and then obviously take advantage of that rookie quarterback on the other side. Turn him over. We need to win the turnover battle. We need to run the ball, and I'm sure that's the same thing Coach Saturday is telling the guys as well. What you think, man? What we got to do to get this dub, man? Move to 5-6-1.
Like you
we'll
said,
be in
man.
the hunt too, by the way, if we get this win.
Yeah, man. Run the ball, stay ahead of the chains. Don't get behind on them chains, because then when you do get behind, 90 he can eat. So to your point, run the ball, control the line of scrimmage, man, and play some good situational football.
Yeah,
we can do that, man. I think we better come out with a dub tonight.
For sure. You got a little throwback clip.
Hey,
you matching up with Kelsey. Ooh, Clee.
Hey, man, my man Cheese said I held Kelsey 4 for 46 that day.
Oh, yeah, we'll take that. What's this, a forced fumble or is it incompletion?
That's forced fumble.
Oh, hit a forced fumble? Yeah, he need those. He might have caught this one, but that's all right. We need those. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I thought he held his own.
Hey.
Come on. But yeah, man, we alluded to it earlier, the college football upsets that happened this past weekend. Number 3, Michigan dominated in their rivalry game in Columbus. They beat Ohio State. They remain undefeated. South Carolina, they beat Clemson, which is a big rivalry as well. Texas A&M, they beat LSU. Thought LSU, somebody else, but Oregon State, they beat Oregon. So we had a lot of top 10 programs go down. So that's going to be interesting. TCU, they can remain undefeated. But yeah, man, once again, quick peek at these records.
Woo!
Yeah,
let's
man.
finish the week on strong, baby. Let's go, Indy. Let's go, Coach.
Yeah, man. We both had a coach winning. Do we both have the coach covering?
I think so.
All right. We both
I know I do.
Okay, we got the coach winning. We got the coach covering. Should be hopefully we get a good game to end week 12 going into week 13 already. But hey, a lot of conversation we had today. It is what it is at this point in the season. Some teams are already looking forward to next year, probably from the coaching staff, quarterback.
Packed up already.
Some teams are having some buyer's remorse at that quarterback, at that coaching position. I wrote down a few coaches that I feel like going to be on that hot seat come Black Monday. But yeah, man, as usual, this pod is brought to you by the best sports book in the world. They need to start letting me win some of their damn money. FanDuel Sportsbook, they've been holding us down and will remain holding us down the rest of the year, rest of the season, man.
Yes,
so if you got something in, I put my ticket out yesterday, so I'm not sure I'm gonna put a Monday night one out tonight for this one. But if you are, man, good luck tonight. I'm definitely gonna have Jonathan Taylor on my anytime touchdown. I
might put a ticket out tonight.
Okay, yeah. Give me anytime touchdown, and yeah, I'm sure I have something else lined up. But that's all I got right now. Y'all hit me on Twitter, man. Let me know. Just use hashtag DButtSGP so I see him. But yeah, please keep TJ Watt away from me.
That's a must.
That's a must. He is public enemy number 1 tonight.
Man, y'all have a great week. Great week. 30 minutes in a day. That's all you need, man. Health is wealth.
Get my 30 in. As soon as we get off.
I got mine in this morning. Leg day, baby.
Yes, sir. Shout out to G.I. Joe 317. His high school won his 16th state championship.
Who y'all playing, G.I. Joe? Now, who y'all playing now?
Hey, 16. I don't care who y'all playing. Hey, you know.
Who y'all playing now?
I got 2 of these back-to-back men's league 30 and up rings, and championships. Wherever you get them, they're hard to find, baby. So, hey, from one champ to another.
Man, get out of here.
I respect the G.I. Joe 16.
Tell a friend to tell a friend, man. Go subscribe, hit that like button. all that good stuff, man. We appreciate y'all tapping in. We'll be back Thursday.
Yes,
same
sir.
time, same place. Use that hashtag M2M Live, baby.
You already know. Catch y'all on the other side of the side. Gone.
And we gone, man. Y'all be good. Appreciate y'all.